And we are live. Welcome to Homemaking with Purpose, where we bring to you the best influencers, the best information to the platform. And on tonight's show, we are going to bring three people who are going to talk to you about the highlights of 2021 for them and their plans for 2022. And of course, I'll do a little bit of chatting about what I have in mind myself. But before we get to that, um, I was going to share the screen, but since I'm using a different device, I don't see the option to do that. So I won't be sharing my screen. But I will tell you that tonight's episode is brought to you by Apron Diva, Pretty and Practical. We believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. And tonight we have our recipe aprons on sale with recipe cards. So for our Valentine's Day bundle, we have the recipe apron and the recipe cards bundled together at 25% off. So if an apron is on your wish list, let your boo know. Give them our website so they can get you all fixed up. All right, so let's get into it. We are going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to have several different creators that are going to come on and talk to us about their highlights from 2021 and the plans they have for 2022. And we are going to start with Kaden from Making Frugal Living Fun. So everybody, welcome Kate to the platform, and we'll see what's what. So Kate, right now I don't see you. It's dark.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, and I can see you, but there you go. Okay, now our guests can see you. So how have you
Hey,
been? How
everyone.
was 2021 for you?
Well, 2021 was, an interesting year. As you know, and some of you guys that have watched before, I have a frugal living and budgeting channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of come at it from like my financial goal standpoint, because that's kind of what I talk about all the time. So I had three main goals financially this year. And I don't know if you guys watching, if you budget or if you set financial goals for the year, but I'm going to just share what I had last year. Last year, my first one was to max out my Roth IRA. I don't know if you guys are contributing to a retirement account, but if you're not, today is the best day to start if you haven't started yet. When you have a Roth IRA, you can max out at like a $6,000. If you're over the age of 50, I believe the max is 7,000 for this year. So check, I was able to do that. So that's one accomplishment in 2021.
Great.
The second thing was I wanted to increase my income. And Denise, we know that when we're doing YouTube and stuff, it's exciting to bring in income and revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal for 2021, because I've only been on YouTube since 2019, was to try to bring in an additional $10,000 beyond my 9 to 5. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So through like video, AdSense, and other stuff, all the stuff associated with YouTube, I did hit that goal and beyond.
Wow.
Thanks to my amazing K squad and buns. Just kidding. No, but the K squad, our followers are just so amazing. And so that was a definite highlight. And the last one,
Wow. That's amazing in itself that you hit your $10,000 goal. We'll have to talk about how you did that, but for now, just go ahead and share.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And then the last one, which was kind of honestly kind of a pipe dream in my mind at the time. For those of you that don't know me yet, I'm a single mom of an amazing 8-year-old boy, Kaden, and it's me. We solely rely on. I have a 9 to 5 job, and then I also have YouTube. But what I really wanted to do was increase my emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
Denise, we talked about this when I was a
Yes.
guest the first time on your channel. That it's recommended to have 3 to 6 months an emergency fund eventually. And my goal, after with COVID and everything, I just didn't know what was going to happen. So I wanted to have like a year under my belt. Instead, I was for 12 months. So I hit that.
Wow, you were really saving some money.
That, you know, and that's what I'm always trying to share. Like, I think that people feel sometimes like helpless in these times because it's challenging right now. 2020, 2021, super challenging. But I just want people to always have hope that where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So that is really exciting. So you hit all 3 financial goals that you had set for yourself for 2021. And that's amazing in and of itself. And I'm really glad you shared that. And I think for some of my young homemakers out there and my other single moms that are out there, that it's good to know that it can be done. Can you tell us a little bit how you managed to do that? Like, where did you cut back? I'm not asking for all the down and dirty stuff, but just what were some of the big things that you did to help you meet those goals? I know you had a no spend Sunday, but other than that, what did you do?
Yes, well, so we just I got to tie that in real quick. So all this month we've been doing no spend January, which I think you were even seeing some of that too, like no spend January. So that's how I kick off the year. I kick off the year with a no spend in January, but 1 month obviously is not going to get you there. I do my biggest thing I would say is having an active budget. That's my biggest life changer. If I had to tell you one thing, I didn't, when I was younger, I used to think I had a budget because I knew what things cost me, but I wasn't inputting what I was actually spending. And that made a huge difference. So you can say, you know, your mortgage is this, you know, your electric's this, you know, your car payment's this. So, you know, roughly this. But when you actually track every time you go to the gas station and get a drink, every time you fill up your car, every time you go to the grocery store, every single time you track it, you really see the big picture. And through budgeting, I've been able to see like, oh, yeah, but definitely when you're saying what did I cut back on? Over time, I've really come down to like the things that are important to me. My whole vibe with frugal living, especially in 2022, I have like a contemporary frugal feeling, and it's all about spending little on the stuff that doesn't matter to you so you can spend your money on the things that you want to spend it on.
That you want to spend it on. Okay.
You know what I mean? You can spend on anything you want as long as you're not wasting money on stuff that you don't really care about.
Okay. I like that. So instead of going to Starbucks, one of the things I've been doing is I've been making my coffee at home. And we did a no spend January too, but I ended up leaving home and coming to Tennessee for 2 of the weeks of January. So I did have to do some additional spending here for some things that I wouldn't have spent if I had been at home, but it still was better than it would have been.
Awesome.
So
that's great.
Yeah. Okay, so now what are you looking forward to for 2022?
2022. Well, we're about to start Fit February on the channel. So we're going to be talking about being financially fit, being physically fit, emotionally fit, and mentally fit. These are all very important in our lives. So that's if you guys ever want to stop in February, that's what we're going to be talking about. And my big thing, Denise, is trying to pay off more of my mortgage early. That's my only debt, and I really want to attack it. I just bought my house in 2020, smack dab in the middle of COVID. So I just began this journey, but I don't want to waste 30 years paying it off. I really want to attack it early. So I'm going to be working on paying early.
Okay, so just real quick, Nefertiri at Matriarchs Matter says contemporary frugality. Can you dive deeper into that?
Yeah, the way that I think about this, a lot of people look, frugality is nothing new. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's so many videos, frugal tips from the Great Depression, frugal tips I learned from my grandmother. There's nothing new under the sun with this. Like it's all been going on forever, right? It's not.
Okay.
However, I feel like I take those tips and I adapt them to now. And I don't think, like, I think people associate frugality with like tooth and nail just scraping by. Doesn't
Mhm.
have to be that way. So I like to take what I've learned and remix it and make it Kate style, but for now, for the times of now.
Okay. All right. So making it Kate style for the times that fit now. And then one other question, you can do a 15-year mortgage payment system. Most people get a 30-year mortgage, so you can do a 15-year mortgage to try to pay it down a little bit quicker. Is that your plan, or what is it that you plan on doing?
I went with the 30-year mortgage because when I bought the house, that's what made sense currently. But I knew when I signed that I was going to get ahead of it. I just didn't want to commit to that higher payment right
Right.
away because it was my first time owning a home. But yeah, if you can do a 15 or 20-year mortgage, way better if you can. But the way
Mhm.
that it was set up, I was like, I rather set it up this way and then attack it when I knew I could.
When
So
you
I
can.
went,
Okay. Do
yeah.
you have any new plans for your channel for 2022? So you talked about the Fit February. Anything else new going on?
Another thing we're going to talk about too is another thing that I don't think you and I talked about this much, but a little bit. I think I am very passionate about the topic of minimalism,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just did this video. I think it was maybe the third video, and it was 2 videos ago about de-owning, a concept I learned from Joshua Becker, who
Okay.
you had the minimal mom on, Dawn, and
Yes.
she had interviews with Joshua Becker. Joshua Becker is like, he's just one of my favorite minimalists. And so I did a video with that. He actually came and commented on the video. I was so excited. He came and watched and left us a comment. We were all so excited because he's just very inspiring. But in March, I think we're going to have like a minimalist March kind of umbrella because
Okay.
the concept of de-owning, like the concept of decluttering, Denise, is like rearranging, but it's still there.
Mhm.
De-owning, when you get rid of stuff,
Get it out of the house.
frees up the space and changes your life. And I want
Okay.
to, I incorporate that because I really am a big advocate of making your home your sanctuary.
Okay. Well, I see we've got Leona Dooley in the waiting room. So now let me bring her on, and you can continue to right where you are, or if you need to jump off, because I know it's a school night and all that good stuff, feel free. But let me go ahead and bring her into the stream. Hey, Leona, how are
Hello,
you?
how are you?
I am great. This is the first time I've had 3 people on at one time. I keep trying to figure out now, where do I need to be? Because I keep having to move that kind of thing. So, Leona, welcome to the platform. It is always nice to have you here. Tell us your highlights from 20. Tell us about your channel and the highlights from 2021. I can't share the screen because of the technology that I'm
That's
using.
okay.
So,
That I'm impressed. You know, this 2021 has really been an eye opener, I think, for Ebony, Ivy, and Time, and it's gone to a level that I guess I initially had only dreamt about. And, you know, I'm real excited. I'm real excited with my subscribers. And oh my God, just before the end of the year, I was trying to get to 5,000 watch hours or whatever. And
mhm.
I hit that. And it continues, continues on. And so that has been a real booster for me, because I have to admit, I went through, I guess about halfway part of the year, I had gone through a little slump, and you know how I think you get YouTube burnout. And so, and you're not quite sure when you stay at one particular point, you aren't sure if you're going to continue. And, and then something hits and it's like, whoa, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. So it really has been, 2021 was ended far better than the beginning. And I think certainly that perhaps COVID had a little bit to do with that. But, it's been fun. And I think that's the main thing. When I started the channel, I wanted it to be something that was inspiring, something that was encouraging. And I am predominantly in the kitchen. And because my saying is that we're building strong families, and we're doing it right around that kitchen table. Because when you think back to your grandmothers and families, that's where we were. We were around that kitchen table for just about everything.
And there's research behind that. There's research that shows how much better children do when they actually sit down, and families in general, when they have a meal at the kitchen table with their families and they talk and that kind of thing. They learn how to have a conversation. But again, that's when the kitchen table isn't a war zone too. When you're trying to grill them. But it should be a place of peace. And if there's any kind of grilling or discussion that's unsavory or unhappy, that needs to happen away from the table so that you can enjoy yourself while you're there. So what's new and exciting for Ebony, Ivy, and Time in the Kitchen for 2022?
Well, 2022 has been so much fun.
She got her neck going. Look at her, Kate.
You're so excited. Well, for one thing, I jumped out. I took a chance and had started working with a lady with a product, and it's so funny. We started these product reviews, and I did a couple, and she really liked it, and so now I'm into a long-term type of thing with her products. So that has worked out well, for one thing. Second, I started a series that's called Lunchtime with Leona, that we're on Mondays at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we're able to, I've had several guests. Denise has been on. I've had another guest that's been on. We just started in the month of January. But for February, February is always special. I think, we last week we started talking about living your best life and what that really looks like. And so we're going to be going into February, taking a look at kind of delving into that, what the best life is all about. And plus two, February is Heart Month. Yes. So we're going to be talking about the heart, and that heart is going to deal with the heart of the home, the heart of the kitchen, and of course our hearts as well. So February is all about the heart. And March, I'm working on March. I'm still working, trying to get keep things going. But it's
you mean it's not planned out for the whole year already?
Oh my God, this is a job. But it has been fun. And last week is really funny. Denise one day said, when I was first learning how to use StreamYard, because I was really a little intimidated with StreamYard. And when I started using StreamYard, now I really like it. But it's been so much fun to connect, and you really get to connect with that audience. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I just hopped on. Denise said, just hop on and practice. And so that particular week I did it on a Saturday morning and did this. I mean, I couldn't believe the number of people who actually at
Saturday morning is a good time.
I couldn't believe it. And then, so the next Saturday, it's like, okay, well, we're going to have Saturday in the kitchen. And so Saturday in the kitchen last week was so much fun. And I mean, I had to be very cognizant of the time. I try to respect the time, stay within, 45 minutes to an hour. And, but we cooked. I mean, we were baking, we were doing all kinds of things. And it was amazing the number of people who actually jumped on as well. And so cooking and trying to keep up with what the conversation is was really a lot of fun. I still have a few quirks with StreamYard that I'm working out, but it has been wonderful. And so the Saturday in the kitchen, I think, is going to be something that really definitely continues. And I think the lunchtime has gone so well that it's going to challenge me to be able to keep it going, as long as I can. I don't want me to hit burnout, and I don't want my audience to hit burnout. So, I may have to tweak it a little bit, do a little something different, whatever it may be. But I also have some collaborations that I'm hosting. We're going to bring back the kitchen vignette and this year, and we're going to be doing that four times this year. And so with each season. And then I started last year the one pot meal collaboration. Yes. So we will be picking that up this year as well. I didn't do February out of respect of someone else who is doing the one pot meal for February. And I didn't want to take away from her. So I'll pick back up in March, and we'll go from there. But we've got quite a few things planned, and I'm hoping once Denise is kind of settled and back in her normal routine, then we'll be able to hook up as the cooking divas a couple of times. And
we will have to see about that. It sounds like a lot of fun. The fun part, I think, as we look at 2022, and it's just January, it's like the sky's the limit. It's like the year is unwritten. So as we sit there and think about our goals, it's like, okay, what is it that I want to do? And one of the things that I did is that I set some goals for 2022. And just like Kate said earlier, that she set some income goals, I did that for YouTube this year. I thought about how much money I would like to make on YouTube AdSense. I've been following Leona at the Organized Money. If you guys have not seen her, she is amazing. And she talks about planning and budgeting and how to use your planner to do all of these things. She's amazing. And one of the things that she's talked about was setting income goals. She said a lot of people won't set income goals. They just figure, well, my income is whatever it is. She said, but if you set a goal, then you'll think about ways to reach that goal. So I set some income goals for YouTube, which made me think about, okay, so now how am I going to reach that goal? And so I thought about that, and not only with my affiliate links, because I really don't do a lot with those. But here you're working with affiliate links. Kate's been looking into AdSense and affiliate links and things like that. I thought, okay, so I'm going to do some things with that for 2022 to kind of see how well things work out. So, but I've done that, and I just kind of thought about what other kind of things would I like to do. So I'm really kind of excited about that. Let's kind of see what's going on in the chat. So let's see. So we've got Khadijia from Her Healthy Home. She's going to be joining us a little bit later on. Karen Kincaid is saying hello. And then Linda Carney says, what a wonderful live chat. She's like having all of us on here. So thank you. And if you're somebody who's visiting, so thank you for coming on over. So there is that one. And let's see. Someone's saying happy Thursday. Oh, and then Leanne, thank you for joining us as well. And let's see, who is that? And then Beth has jumped on from North Carolina. So there is that. Khadijah's going to be joining us in a little bit too. She's having some camera trouble, so she's working on her tech issues at the time. But one of the things that I had mentioned to Kate earlier, and I have to remember to lean this way and not that way, because then I'm on screen. But one of the things I had talked about earlier was one of the things that I want to add to my channel is a membership piece. I want to do that for 2022. And I had thought I would have things ready to go by January, but then January kind of threw us a curve. And so we thought, okay, I'm going to put that off. And maybe by the beginning of the second quarter, I can have some plans in place for that. But I've also looked at some things that I really want to do. And I really want to build my library of evergreen content. Like you guys know, I like to talk about homemaking for today's homemakers. So I like to do how-to videos. How to clean your toilet, how to keep white shirts white, how to wash school uniforms. Kate, if you missed that one, you should pick it up because you got things like that. And then also, like Leona, like you, I like the cooking videos too. My How to Make Chicken and Dumplings did so well. I couldn't believe how well that did. And funny thing about that one is I had made chicken and dumplings as part of another video, which did okay. But I pulled out the chicken and dumplings and made it a standalone, and it was amazing. So I don't know. So I'm gonna, yeah, exactly. So I want to look more at those kinds of things. I really want to look at increasing my library of evergreen topics.
That's a great idea.
And several people have said they really enjoy the laundry lab. So while I'm talking to you two, what are your laundry challenges? So I can kind of put some things on my list. But I'll be having more laundry lab videos. And then, of course, I want to continue with homemaking with purpose, bringing influencers to the platform, homemakers as well as influencers, people with things to share that can benefit homemakers. And both of you lovely ladies have been able to do that, just to kind of share your knowledge with them.
Thank you.
So I really appreciate that. So what do you guys want to add right now? Just checking my phone to see if there's any notes coming in that I need to be aware of.
Well, I guess first of all, just to you're right in that as we look ahead, certainly I encourage anyone who is out here in YouTube. We've gone through somewhat of a stall, so to speak. And of course, people are trying to get back into a more normal situation. But at this point, the world is our oyster. And we can certainly grow. We can certainly step out. And I know I've talked to a couple of creators who are lurking in the background who haven't quite stepped out. And I'm hoping, as I step out, then somebody else will step out, and because I know something Denise said a while back is that YouTube's big enough for all of us. And, you never know who is going to, at that particular moment, when they turn on YouTube, are you going to be the one that makes a change in their life? And
exactly. And I want to thank Leanne for the super sticker. I thank you so much. I appreciate that greatly. So I appreciate the super sticker. And here's the thing. We are each serving our viewers in a different way. Kate is serving in the financial arena. You are serving in the cooking arena, and I'm serving in the homemaking arena as a whole. And there is just so much that today's young homemakers and even some of our seasoned homemakers need to learn. So I see that we've got Khadijia here in the waiting room. And
it might be harder getting all four of us. So I'm gonna go.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go. I've got to put my son to bed, but I want to talk to you guys all night.
Well, you're welcome to jump back on if you like to.
Okay, I'll let you go sit down early and easy.
Yeah, but okay. But thank you
for having me. It was so good to be with you, ladies.
Oh, it was great.
To seeing the goodness from you for 2022. All right.
Absolutely. All right, Denise. Well, Denise, I'm going to let Khadijia come on because she's got a lot going on as well. And that's going to be fun. Hi, Khadijia.
Hi. Let me get myself in the frame. Hi. How are you, Leona?
I'm the same. How are you? I keep having to move over. Khadijia, it's so nice to have you. I'm so glad you were able to join us. Now,
Yes,
Leona,
we
you're
do.
talking about somebody that's got some stuff going on. This young lady right here has got some stuff going on her channel. I have to tell you what my sister said to me. She said, she's going to get me when she hears me say it. She said, if you tell me one more thing that woman is doing, I'm going to smack you. Because I'm thinking, oh, Khadijah's doing this, and oh, she's got this going on. And both of you know that she's been encouraging me to do some things on
Right.
my channel. And I've even talked to Khadijah about a couple of things, which I'm not yet done. And she's like, just don't even tell me. But this young lady has it going on. So, Khadijah, tell us how 2021 was for you, and then let us know your highlights, because I get the email, I watched the video. I've had so much going on myself, from a familial perspective lately, that I've not been leaving lots of comments, but I've been watching. So tell us how 2021 was for you and what's going on. And then Jordan, she just lives like 20 minutes from us. I mean, from you guys. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I wrote it down so I can make sure I have 5 things, my 5 highlights. So my first one was, because of COVID, my children didn't get to meet my niece, their cousin. And so she was able to come for the first time, and they have birthdays next to each other. So they had co-birthdays. And so that was like the best thing. She calls her cousin my Bella. And, before it was like, saw her on video and it was like, oh, that's a little girl. But when she was here, it just really was so wonderful for all of us to meet the new, well, not new family members, but new for the first time. So that was definitely the first highlight. And then I grew a 15-pound sweet potato. And so it was my first time. Yes.
What?
Yes. And so I was and I probably actually have it right here behind me. But yeah, 15 pounds. So that was definitely a highlight. And I didn't grow a fall garden this year. And that was actually a highlight for me. And I wanted to encourage people that sometimes you try to do too many things. Like myself. And so sometimes you have to slow down and say, you have to say no. And so I said no. And that was like the best thing that happened to me. I would have not been able to keep up with it. It was stressful. And so it helped me to get through the rest of the year. So definitely that was a highlight, not growing my fall garden. And I don't regret it at all. And then
now that's a big surprise that you didn't regret not growing your home garden. Because I always, but you're right, it is stressful. And I worked really hard at my home. Oh, wait, we got another super sticker. Hey, Jill Jordan, my daughter gave us a super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate getting a super sticker. Thank you so much. And she's the one that said there's room for everyone.
Oh.
Okay. And then I guess we're regulars on some YouTube people, on some people's families. So I like that. We're helpful and the contents are wholesome. So thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate that. Okay, so Khadijah, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you were going to say something.
I forgot. Oh, my garden. I put so much work into my garden, and I grew these potatoes. I had this big, 25, 50-pound container that I grew my potatoes in. All I got out of it was weeds. I pulled that thing up. There wasn't, and I planted these these little fingerling potatoes. Got them at Menards, but they did not grow. I thought all the love and care that I languished on those potatoes, and nothing came up. But my tomatoes, my grape tomatoes, my herbs, they went crazy. My peppers. So I'm thinking maybe next year, though, I'm going to grow, later this spring, I'll plant some more things, but maybe I won't plant as much.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try. I did a little bit, but I didn't do a major garden.
She had a beautiful garden, though. Not only does she have a beautiful garden, she also has chickens.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, but go ahead, Khadijah.
Oh, yeah. And then I released 5 courses. So that's probably one of the things you were talking about. Yeah, so that was definitely I worked really, really hard on those, and I'm really proud about that. And then I released my book, my first book, my recipe book. And so I was really excited about that. And I have that.
I told you this girl has been
Oh, how
on fire.
Thank
nice.
you.
Recipes from the earth. She has been
Yes.
Now,
on
is that
fire.
on Amazon?
Yes, it is. It is.
Oh, I didn't know
Hmm.
that.
I didn't either.
Yes, I have an
Okay.
e-version and the book as well. Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll have to
So
check
yeah, those
that
are my
out.
5 highlights.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that's
And you know, and
fun.
that's amazing. So now I want people to make sure people heard what she said. She said no to some things. And one of
Mhm.
the things that I know she enjoyed was her garden, but she said it was
Right.
stressful and a lot of time. So she backed off from that a little bit. And because she opened up that space in her life, she was able to create these other courses. And I tell you what, her herb courses have been so much fun. I will tell you though, Khadijia, my son, when they were here for Thanksgiving, they saw some of the like little herbs and the tinctures that I had in the pantry. They were like, what is this? What is this? And I said, I'm making medication. I'm making like a tincture of syrup and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to your tea bag
That's
making
what.
class that's coming
Yeah.
up. I'm looking forward to that. I want to make some tea bags.
Oh,
Leona, they're so much fun. I mean, they're just really so much fun. You cut
I'm
out
gonna have
these
to get
different
in
little
on that.
like cheesecloth, and you can make your own tea bags and your own tea.
Mhm.
And she makes such good tea. So
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
yeah,
That's right down my alley.
let's so
Hi, Bonnie.
let's see what do we have people saying. Yes, Bonnie, we're here. So there's a comment from Kate to Rebecca. So there's that. And then Penny said that's the same thing for her. When she has so many things that she's trying
Aw.
to keep up. So that's
Mhm.
fine. I get it.
Right.
I get it. Let's see
Mhm.
what else.
Melanie.
Somebody said both of us are the same
Aw.
forgetful. Yes, I am forgetful sometimes. I do forget some things sometimes.
I have to write it down.
Yeah. And let's see what
Carlisle.
else we got. So someone is asking, do I speak Iraqi? No, I'm sorry, but I don't. I only speak English. I only speak English. So
Melanie, stop.
let's see. So Linda wants to know, where can she purchase your book?
Yeah, it's on Amazon or on my website. It's herhealthyhome.co is the website, and not .com, .co, and on Amazon. Recipes from the earth.
Recipes from the earth.
Hmm. But you have to, on Amazon, unless you're like a bestseller, people can't really find your book unless they actually put like your name in there with it.
Mhm.
So yeah, you'll have to type. Hopefully, you can find it. But
Okay.
that's the only thing. So, but I do have it on my channel as well as a link.
Okay.
Okay. So
That
now
would be great.
Sue wants me to be sure to put the links to all my channel guests on here, and I'll be sure and do that. So I'll do that in a little bit. And then around the house with Cheryl is saying hello to Penny and some other people. I do have one more guest. I have to keep remembering not to turn that way. Let me get this. There we go. So I also have a special guest that's right here with me in the studio. And
All right,
it
Denise,
is
I hate to
my
step off. I'm going to step off and give you
okay.
more space. And
Oh, okay.
this has been great. I have had a
Nice to
ball.
meet you.
You
This
ladies
has been
enjoy it?
so much fun. And
Uh,
wait, so let me, you can scoot over a little bit and let's see.
oh, look who you've got with you.
Let's see.
Oh,
I've got my granddaughter Jordan with me, and I guess I'll just let you see her since I can't get us both on there. So I'll just let you see her. Hello, everybody. So this is my granddaughter Jordan, and she is a senior in high school this year. And so she's going to share highlights of senior year from 2021 and what she's looking forward to for 2022.
Yes. Well, hello everybody. I've been listening to my grandmother's lives like every Thursday, so it's so cool to be on. But I am a senior this year in high school, and I have had some really awesome moments that have happened this year. One of my goals was to be on student council as a senior, and I accomplished that goal. I'm a chaplain on student council, and it's been so much fun. Another highlight that I was not expecting, that I was nominated for homecoming court, and I ended up winning homecoming queen. And I was like very like, as you can see, my grandmother was excited. I was very surprised. I was not expecting that, and it was such a fun little thing that happened. But one of my huge goals for this year was to get into my top colleges, and I am proud to say that I have. I worked really hard on my essays and on my grades, and I have gotten back really great responses from my colleges. So it's been super fun. This year, I've also been working on a project I've been working on for a very long time, and it will be finished hopefully this year in 2022. No, it will be finished in 2022. But I've been working on a devotional book for teen girls and middle school girls, just about confidence and feeling worthy for all of this year. And this, and in 2022, I'm so excited for it to finally be done and be out.
Now, Jordan also should tell us that she does have a couple other books out already. One of them is called The Confidence Club, and you can get that on Amazon?
Yes, I do have 2 books out already. One is called My Gift of Difference, and the other one is called The Confidence Club. The Confidence Club is actually for middle school girls, and it's all about embracing being confident. And it's about a girl who moves to a new school and to a new state, and how she just deals with mean girls and bullies and finding her own worth and self-esteem. And my first book is called My Gift of Difference. I wrote it when I was 12 years old, just to inspire other kids to embrace being different. I was diagnosed with a learning disability, and it really shook my confidence, and I hated being different. But I realized that it's okay to celebrate that, and it's okay to be different. So you can find both those books on Amazon if you would like. So I will be having a third one coming out this year in 2022, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, so I am very proud of her. Just in case you didn't catch that, I'm very proud of her. This is my oldest granddaughter. So my first granddaughter, as a matter of fact.
I am.
Yeah. All right. So now, Jordan, what has been the biggest lesson you learned this year?
Ooh, the biggest lesson I've learned. You kind of already talked about this, but sometimes you have to say no to some things. I'm the type of person who likes to say, yes, I'll do this. Yes, I want to go here. Oh, yes, I'll do that. And at the end of the day, I'm so exhausted emotionally and physically, and it'll drive you crazy if you keep saying yes to everything. So I realized sometimes you have to say no to certain things and be okay with that and be comfortable with that. And one other thing I've learned this year is that there's so much just power and peace running in your own lane. I'm a track runner, so I always have learned to run in your own lane and run your own race, because there will always be people around you doing bigger things and better things, and it will get really hard if you always compare yourself to people ahead of you and doing their own things. So it's so important to stay in your own lane, run your own race, and you can be inspired by others, but don't compare, because comparison is a thief of joy. So say no to some things, but stay in your own lane, and if it's for you, it's for you.
Yes. All right, Jordan. So now let me also ask you, what is some advice you would give to parents or grandparents of seniors?
I've been waiting on this question. Oh my goodness. So usually when people think of senior year, they think of it's chill, it's laid back. And there are parts that are fun because it's like your last year of high school. But even though your teen or your senior might not show it, it is a really scary thing that's happening. We're about to go off to college by ourselves, and we may like to put off the front that we don't need our family or things like that. But it is scary going to that new season where you are really independent and you are in probably a new state without your family. So my advice for the parents of seniors and grandparents of seniors is to really just spend time with that student, and not to push them too much to do certain things, but let them know that you're here and you're going to support them no matter what they choose to do, because support from family and friends just really means a lot more than you probably know from your senior, because we're still trying to figure it out too. We don't really know everything, so I think it's really awesome to just be there for support, and offer advice when needed, and don't try to be like, you need to do this now, because that kind of puts a lot more pressure on us, and we're already going through a lot of things. So just be there for support.
Okay, and then the last thing, what do you look forward to finishing or doing this year?
Yes, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm very excited about finishing my devotional book for middle school girls and high school girls. But also this year, I'll be starting my freshman year of college, which is so weird to say because I'm still in high school right now. But in 2022, I will be starting my freshman year of college, and I am so excited for that journey. I cannot wait to see what God does. One thing I am going to be really intentional about is just trusting God that like He knows my future and He's going to like provide what I need to provide and not have to worry about those things. So I'm so excited about starting my freshman year of high school and about publishing my new book coming out.
All right, thank you.
Yes, it was nice to talk to you all, you guys.
All right, thank you guys. So as you guys can see, the children in our family have no problem talking on camera. We teach them that early. But you know what though? I say babies today are born with the camera in their face. So they grow up like knowing right away how to pose and talk and do all kinds of things. But we are very, very proud of our Jordan. So she's got to make her exit now to go do some things. So Khadijia, let's get back to you. And so Ronnie says she just subscribed to your channel and she's so looking forward to your videos.
Oh, thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
And your granddaughter, she's so pretty and she is well spoken. I was going to comment on that. She just seems like really like a wonderful role model. And
thank you.
Gives hope for the next generation if they're all, as sweet and soft spoken like that.
Oh, Khadijia, she has the sweetest spirit. I mean, just such a natural sweetness. And I'm not just saying that because I'm her grandmother,
Right.
but she has such a natural sweetness. I'm like, thank you. And I hope that natural sweetness stays with her forever. So now I'm looking at all these goodies on the shelf behind you. Tell us about those. What are those?
I have a bunch of different herbs
And
here.
feel free to hold that baby on your lap or whatever. I mean, we realize it's bedtime or it's time to be at home, so it's okay for you to pick the baby up. And except I know you don't like for them to be on camera.
Yeah, I am. I just try to, protect their privacy. I don't want cameras in their face all the time. Like I know that that's what I do, but I try not to. But I have a bunch of different herbs here. Some is like from my garden. So I have like comfrey. I don't know if you can see comfrey, chickweed, lemongrass. But then I have some roots here. Just a bunch of different stuff. Some oranges grapefruit, that I dehydrated. So it's just a bunch of different things. I keep my spices and herbs here.
I have to tell you, I have tried to twice. I have tried to dry orange peel, and I have burned them up both times. And so the last time I had grated the orange peel up and had it on parchment paper in the oven, and I told my husband, now remind me to check on the orange peel. I did it. So every few minutes I would go and check on them, and then I waited 5 minutes long, and the next thing I know, they burned up. So they burned up, and it was like, okay, I don't know. I've done lemon peel, and they turned out fine, but the orange rind was terrible. I just had to throw it away. So I love the looks of your grapefruit. I'm going to try to dry some orange slices. I've got a dehydrator, and I plan to work with it, trying to learn how to use it more. And you'll be very proud of me. I went to the health food store locally in our town. I bought some elderberry, some echinacea, and a couple other things. I don't remember now what they are, but I'm going to make some elderberry syrup for my husband and myself to kind of help boost our immune response and all of that. So. Okay, so Khadijia, you're still muted.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say you should try maybe dehydrating out in the sun. Maybe that'll be better than trying to do it in the oven, because I do it in the dehydrator, and you just have to really, I try to peek at it, maybe every 30 minutes or so to make sure that it doesn't go too dark, because I have lemons that are real dark and it's still fine, but it doesn't, it doesn't taste as good or it doesn't look as good. Some parsley and cilantro. And cilantro is one of my favorites. I think I talked to you about that before. But yeah, I haven't used the oven for dehydrating, but you just have to really make sure it's real low and slow, and just check on it very often, because a lot of herbs dry really fast.
I've got a dehydrator too, like a food dehydrator. And I do herbs with that. Like I've been able to do mint leaves and sage and things like that. And that worked out okay. but I don't know, for the orange rind, the other things, I haven't tried that. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah,
Well, listen, Khadijia, is there anything else you want to add? Because I know this is like mom time for you. So is there anything else that you want to add?
I did want to say, if you're trying to dry herbs, one of the best ways to do it is to just hang it up with some twine and hang it up and let it dry that way. It's better than trying to oven dehydrate it, because again, it's just real gentle. Anything I wanted to add? No. Well, one of the things I'm going to focus on is more self-care, like as your granddaughter said about saying no, things like that. And I really want to focus on more internal and, you know, like self-care. Take, you know, do a face steam or give myself a pedicure, any little thing to look, you know, not just to take care of my family, but to take care of me too, and make sure that I'm
Yes.
happy too.
I think that's important right there, when what you said about taking care of ourselves. And one of the things that I put on my daily habit tracker is self-care. So there's like a morning routine and an evening routine. And in my evening routine, there's some self-care things that I often neglect, because by the time I get ready to cuddle in for the night, I'm tired. And so I've done everything for everybody else, and I leave things for me as the last thing. So I'm going to really try to be more focused on my self-care activities, including my yoga and my knee exercises and things like that. So that's what I'm looking forward to 2022, and continuing to be able to bring on some really cool guests on this platform as well. So.
Right. And as they say, happy wife, happy life. You know, when we are at our best, we can serve others well too, and they feel
Mhm.
our energy. So I think that we know we make the home. You know, we're the backbone of
Yes.
the home, and so it's really important.
Mhm. All right.
But I've enjoyed your show, and I look forward to there changes and your plans for 2022. I know you're going to be doing some amazing things.
I hope to be. I'm going to continue to try to get really good guests for the show. And so I've been getting some recommendations from a few people as to who they would like to see. So I'm reaching out to some of those. But you know, sometimes I reach out and people don't hear back. Because whereas I think my show is pretty cool, I'm not like at 100,000 subscribers and real huge like that. So some people, they don't have time for smaller YouTubers like myself.
Mhm.
But we've got some fun shows coming up. We're going to have D at D Loving Life is going to be on in February. Let's talk about caring for an older adult, because she's caring for her mom. And I certainly know that story. And then some other fun things that'll be coming up too. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to 2022. Big dreams, big things, and you know, new goals, and we'll see what's what. And certainly I expect to see you continue to do all the great things you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna let you go just because my
Okay.
kids are going amok. But yes, I look forward to all of your guests and everyone that you have on your show. Every show has been great. So you had the people you were supposed to have. So I look
All
forward
right. Well,
to
thank
it.
you.
Okay.
All
I'll
right. Good
talk to you
night.
soon.
All right, so I see Cal from Cal's Talk has joined us. Hey, Cal. I always call Cal my sister from another mister. And this has really been a lot of fun. It really has. And I'm really looking forward to just continuing to have fun on this show and bringing people in this space that can serve all of you. Because that's the thing, that each of the guests come on have been able to serve you in some way. And that service has either been to teach you, like Kenya from Kenya's Decor Corner, teaching you how to decorate your home. Khadijia teaching you how to use herbs and different things like that more in your home. Um, Leona being able to talk more about her cooking and the different things that she's doing on her channel. And then Kate and her frugality and budgeting and all of that. Each of the guests that we've had on have had something unique that they can teach us. And even if it's not unique, because we've had a couple people in the homemaking niche, but they each approach it from a little bit different level. So we can each learn something from that person. So it has just really been fun. Oh, Debbie Joe, it has been so much fun. So you'll have to catch the replay because it's really been a lot of fun today with the different ladies we've had on and just kind of listening to them and what they've got going on. And this was just, oh, well, probably you guys all probably know too. Dana K. White from A Slob Comes Clean was supposed to be on tonight, but as Khadijia says, who's here is supposed to be here. So Dana K. White is coming on February 17th, and we ended up doing the show that we would have done on February 17th tonight. And tonight was the night that you all needed to hear this information. So take it and hopefully it can help you grow and enhance or enrich your life in some way. So I'm glad you guys had some fun. And then Rebecca says she recently retired and she's working on self-care and she's going to go to a private retreat at home. No phone calls, no social media. I like the idea of a 2-day private retreat. I'm liking that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still out of town, but I'm heading back home tomorrow. So we got a 7 a.m. flight. I'll be home by noon. Oh, Cal, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And Debbie Jo says she'll listen with her morning coffee. Yes, Debbie, do that. So listen, I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Please share this link with your other, with your friends and family members that you think can learn or appreciate or benefit from this show. Don't forget that we have the, for our Valentine's Day bundle, we have the recipe aprons and a recipe card bundled together at 25% off. You can type in the discount code. I think it's Valentine 25 at checkout, and you'll get that. And we appreciate that. And I appreciate that, Penny. I'm always glad when you jump on. And so, ladies, I'm going to say good night. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you guys for the super chat, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. And on and upward for 2022. Good night. Bye.